Hi friends, my name is Harpreet Kaur Dhodi. I've done my master's in English literature and I've also done a diploma in journalism. Today I'm an educator with Unacademy guys. And I'm here to bring to you a new topic which is known as writing assessment for your ticket to the IIMs. Yes guys, the writing assessment test is of great value to students who have been selected by the IIMs, and therefore you should know what is the roadmap and what is the path to the writing assessment test and what is it that the IIM expect of the students. What are their expectations? Do you meet their expectations? What is it that you're writing in your essay is very, very important, guys. So here we go into how to understand what is that we need to write and what is expected of us. The IIM WAT or written ability test is an important component of the final selection round of all the IIMs and other MBA colleges, guys. It can also be the SNAP, yes, the Symbiosis Institute or the IIFT or even the ZAT Institute, that is the Xavier's Institute, the XLRI Institute, expect you to write essays for the final selection. The weightage of the WTA in the IIMs has increased in the past few years. The IIM has increased the WAT and PI weightage to 35%. What can be the reason, guys, for this? The reason is that very often in the group discussion, what used to happen is that students who were a little introverted or not very aggressive used to be left behind, while those students who were very, very aggressive and very sharp and very manipulative managed to be heard. And therefore, the IIMs now have been tipping towards the writing test so that you are able to identify the potential of each student and also delve into the mind of the student to understand what is his knowledge of current affairs. Now, while the entire CAT examination system is a multiple choice where students can excel based upon what is their practice been, the writing ability test actually reflects what is the true potential of this particular student. How good is he at his language skills? What is his general knowledge aptitude? And how is he able to communicate? There are so many other things which come to the fore when you are able to write on a particular topic, and that's why the writing ability test has so much of relevance in today's selection process, guys. So now to tell you more about this, WTA is a pen and paper based writing test of 15 to 30 minutes duration, which is conducted to test writing skills of the candidates after they qualify for the final selection round. As I already told you guys, many of the IIMs have replaced group discussion round by WAT in the final selection round. Now, any topic, guys, can be given to you in relation to the WAT. So you can expect anything on current affairs. It can also be based upon past trends. So you have to be very, very informed. Your knowledge about current affairs, what is happening around you, your knowledge of data and statistics should be very, very good, guys. So you cannot quote anything and hope to get away with it. Yes, data and statistics should be accurate to the dot. Please do not mention data or statistics without being sure of what you are trying to mention. So all the figures that you quote should be accurate. So that is why you need to do some amount of homework on every topic before you go for the examination. Now, what are the kind of topics which are going to come? Yes, I've listed a few topics here, guys. First one being that what is it that India is fighting against the COVID-19 crisis? Does the Arogya Setu app set for COVID-19 breach privacy issues? Why has there been no price cut in the petrol and diesel prices? Should India ban trade with China? Have a high probability of appearing in the test. Now, these are the favorite topics which are likely to come up in the current examination. So, read up enough on all these topics. Yes, many other topics of past affairs can also come. So we should be completely armed when we go for this particular test with your knowledge and your aptitude in place, guys. So what is it that you are going to be evaluated on, and what should the essay really be is what I'm going to talk about in the second part of this particular video. You are evaluated on four parameters. The first one being the content, guys. So what is it that I'm going to write in my essay, and how am I going to generate ideas? Now, some IIMs are expecting students to write an essay in 15 minutes, others in 20 minutes, and there are some which are expecting you to write an essay in just 30 minutes. Now, does it mean that a 15-minute essay can be anything which is shoddily written or just putting down bullet points and writing down ideas? No. You still have to write in paragraphs. You cannot write bullet points, and you should have content which has weightage. You cannot write any kind of nonsense and expect to get marks, guys. So how do you generate idea in a short period of time? The two methods are what is known as, one is the binary method and the second one is the spelt method. Now, what is the binary method? Binary method is where you are talking about a topic. Supposing I'm talking about COVID-19 itself, then I'm talking about the positives and the negatives of COVID-19, and then I write a conclusion. So my generation of ideas is immediate and I can do it in a fraction of a second. So it's easy for me to write. Now, there is no rule that you can only write an essay which is totally, you can write an essay which is totally positive, or you can write an essay which is totally negative. You can only talk about all the bad that has happened to us during the COVID-19 and the lockdown phase, or you can talk about all the positives. So you can write enough on the positives and negatives. But the recommended method is always the balanced method, because one is that you will be able to achieve length of an essay. Some IIMs are asking you to write 400 words. So you will achieve length of the essay. That is the first thing that you are going to meet, the first criteria. And the second thing is that you are going to give the reader the impression that you are able to look at a topic multidimensionally. You are able to look at it from all sides. And therefore, you are a very balanced thinker and you are able to approach a topic in every which way, from every angle, right? So that is why the binary method is the best way to generate ideas and also to write a very balanced essay. Now, what is the spelt method, guys? Supposing I'm talking about the same topic, then I can generate ideas by talking about one paragraph on how COVID-19 has affected us socially, how has it affected us politically, and then I talk about how it has affected us economically, and then I'm talking about legally and technologically. Now, some topics will cater to this method also. So there are some topics which you can talk about in this way. And again, you're generating ideas. You're looking at a topic multidimensionally. You're rotating the topic and looking at it from all different aspects, right, guys? So these are two ways of generating ideas and writing essays, which are very, very effective on the day of the examination when time is very short. Paucity of time is very high, and therefore the level of stress is also very high on the students' thinking abilities, and therefore adopt one of these two methods, guys, to be able to generate ideas, and you will be able to write a very nice structured essay on the day of the examination, giving weightage to all aspects of that particular topic, right? Yes, now structure is the second important thing. They are looking for how you are able to write a structured essay. Never write an essay which is a long paragraph, long, chunk of an article. You must break into paragraphs. Paragraphs are very, very important. So therefore, first create a template. In the first 5 minutes, guys, you will brainstorm. So what is meaning by brainstorm is you will think, what is it I'm going to write in this particular essay? And therefore you will create a plan, or you can call it a skeleton, or you can call it a framework or a template on what am I going to write in this particular essay. So if you will first write the introduction, what do you write in the introduction, guys? Is introduction, you will state the topic, what is the topic that you're going to talk about, and what is it that the stand that you are going to take. Stand meaning what to anticipate in this essay. So the reader should find it easy to read your essay. He has to read thousands of essays. So if you make it easy for him to read and your essay is easy reading, he's going to give you more marks. So anticipate the ideas. That is, in the introduction itself, state what is the stand that you're going to take. Are you going to talk about the positives? Are you going to talk about the negatives? Are you writing a neutral essay, or are you using the spelt method? So the reader knows what to expect in the body paragraph, and he can skim through the paragraphs and he can also understand what is it that you're trying to write. Now the body should break into paragraphs, guys. It is important that the body has paragraphs. Sorry. The body paragraphs should be at least 3 or 4. You should have 4 paragraphs at least, where in 2 paragraphs you're talking about the positives and 2 paragraphs you're going to state the negatives. Now, what should the paragraphs have? What does a paragraph consist of? Every paragraph, guys, should state the point, explain the point, and also give examples. It's very, very important that you give examples. I'll talk about the examples in the evidence part, guys. So every paragraph should be about 4 to 5 sentences. Length of all the paragraphs should be 4 to 5 sentences. Do not write one paragraph which is 10 sentences and another paragraph which is 3 sentences. Secondly, don't write 5 positives and one negative and expect it to be a balance of paragraphs. So this is known as balance of paragraphs. So see that you write balanced essays, right? So that is what the body is going to be. Every idea should form a new paragraph. New idea means new paragraph. And in the conclusion, guys, you just wrap up the ideas of the body. It is a simply a wrap up. You just say these are therefore the pros and cons of the issue. And you will say, this is what I wish to conclude. Do not try to recommend action. Do not say this is the solution to the problem. Don't say this is what the government needs to do. So this is an analytical essay where you're simply going to say what are the pros and cons and leave it for the reader to judge what is it that you are talking about, and therefore write a very, very clean and neat essay, guys. Okay, yeah. So evidence is what I was talking about. Any essay should have evidence. What do I mean by evidence? There are three kinds of examples. The first one is what is known as a personal example. Now, if I'm talking about the COVID-19 situation and I'm giving an example of my neighbor who probably contracted the virus, then I'm giving a personal example. But I will not use personal example for all the points. It's not recommended that you should use the personal example for all the points because it gives the impression that you're a very highly egoistical person. So there are other examples that you can look at. You can look at examples from the national and international level. So in national and international level. So COVID-19 has been a disease or a virus which has taken the entire world into its wrap. So talk about examples in India, talk about examples abroad, what has been the situation in other countries, how it has been handled, how it has impacted the world over. And the third one is what is known as a hypothetical. Now, hypothetical example my means where you're constructing an example. Even the reader knows that you're creating a scenario for which he will give you marks. So you can always say that, the what we needed to probably do is that we needed to have informed the migrants. We should have had a plan in hand by which we decided that we could have introduced the lockdown in a phased manner. So these are all known as hypothetical examples where you're creating a scenario and trying to explain your point, which is also a valid example. So switch from one to the other. Do not use all these same examples all through the essay in order to create variety. Now, the last thing that we are testing you for is standards of the use of elements of English language. Guys, you should be correct. Usage of English is very important. Your English should be correct. Your grammar, vocab, diction means the correct use of the correct use of a word in the correct place. So you cannot use effect in place of effect. Syntax means the structure of sentences. All these should be accurate, guys. Subject verb agreement should be correct. Don't write short sentences. Don't write run on sentences. Don't write incomplete ideas. It creates a very, very bad impression in the mind of the reader. So meet the standard usage of English language. Now, what are the tips that you need to do while writing is write in simple but formal English. Now, write English which is very, very clear, straightforward English. You don't have to use very, very flowery language or complicated words or heavy usage of expressions and phraseology, guys. Also, the English should be formal in the sense that you should write the English of the newspapers. At the same time, the English should not deteriorate to becoming slang or written English or the way you speak. So write formal written English. Do not use bombastic language. Again, I'm repeating, language should not be very, very flowery or complicated. You can write simple English as long as you are clear in your thoughts and you are making some strong claims, you are good to go. Do not provide solution or recommend action in the conclusion is something I've already mentioned. Do not experiment with a word if you don't know the meaning. So on the day of the examination, if there is a word which is coming to your mind, do not use it unless you're sure of the meaning, because again, it can create a bad impression in the mind of the reader. And don't think that it will pass off and maybe you can use it on that particular day. Dangerous, guys. Don't do this. Write short sentences if you're unsure of the grammar technique. So if you're not comfortable creating compound or complex sentences, Break it into two sentences, write shorter sentences, but write effectively. Steer clear of controversial topics or ideas, guys. Now, the essay writing is not a platform for you to voice your opinions on any particular topic. Like if you have a certain stand on the farmers issue, this is not a place to talk about what is your stand against the government, or if you're talking about the COVID-19 and the way it was handled. All these controversial ideas should not find place in your essays. This is only a platform for you to be selected into the IIMs. And it's not going to make a difference if you're only going to be very, very radical in your thinking and expressing your thoughts on any controversial topic in a very, very strong fashion. So therefore, steer clear of any kind of controversy. Yes, guys. Also, I would add here the sixth point would be to write legibly. Write in a fashion which can be read. The writing should be very, very legible and readable. Otherwise, it creates a lot of strain on the mind of the reader once again. Make it easy reading for him. Right? So the weightage of the VAT in the IIM selection. Different IIMs allocate different weightage to the written ability test factor. While appearing for multiple IIMs, a candidate has to attempt only one WAT. The IIMs share the VAT score with each other, then this helps to speed up the process. So you have to write only one writing assessment test, and the details are given below, guys. So the weightage for different IIMs is thus: IIM Bangalore is 10, Calcutta 10, Lucknow 10, Ahmedabad 10, Trichy 14, Indore is 20, Sirmoor is 15, Jammu 10, Rohtak 30, Ranchi is 10, Amritsar is 15, Vishakhapatnam is 10, Udaipur is 21, Kashipur is 10, Kozhikode is 15, and Bodh Gaya is 10, guys. Yes, the time limit for the written test for the IIMs. Every institute allots a different time limit for attempting the test. And here again, we have the table which will tell you what is the estimated time limit. Yes, you have to keep the time limit in mind, definitely. Different B schools have different time limit, and what is the word limit is also given to you guys. So you can take a screenshot or you can revisit this video in order to know what is the time limit per IIM. Now, if the recommended length is 400 words and you're writing an essay of 500 words, don't expect to get more marks for this. Yes, remain in the time frame or the speed or the word limit. Yes, 10 words this way, that way does not matter, but you cannot write too short an essay of 200 words or too long an essay of 500 words. If you're writing an essay of 200 words, you're giving the impression to the reader that you're not able to write enough on that particular topic. And if you're writing too much, you're wasting time, right? So IIM Calcutta is 20-25 words, 20-25 minutes, and the size is 400 words. Comfortably, guys, you can write 400 words in this time. Lucknow is 15 to 20, Indore 20 to 25, Kozhikode 25, Shillong 20 to 25, new IIMs 25 to 30, FMS is 20 to 30. Even IIFT expects you to write essays in 20 minutes, guys, and 300 words. Yes, so what is it that you should read here? Read here. Some of the recommended newspapers will be Economic Times, Business Standard, The Mint, The Hindu, and the Wall Street Journal, guys. This is your reading list. Yes, books to read while preparing for the writing assessment are few of the books that I have listed for you. One is God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy, The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini, The Namesake, Interpreter of Melodies are books by Jampal Lahiri. And we have other books also, guys. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, The Freedom at Midnight. These are books we have been recommending to students even at the time of doing reading comprehension. The Argumentative Indian, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Steve Jobs books, and The Social Network, guys. Yes, Alchemist is another good book. The Zahir is another good book. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, 1984, and The Compassionate Samurai. So that is my entire take on the writing section, guys. And the last thing that you should do is see that in the last 5 minutes you will proofread your essay. Do not forego this particular step. Proofread your essay, check for mechanical errors, correct any errors that you have so that you present to the reader a very, very clear essay. So all the best, guys. I hope you do a good job with the writing assessment and make it to the IIMs. It is really your ticket to the IIMs. Bye-bye and all the best.